Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gotta talk about it because we gotta keep it a beam. You know what I mean? This is what we do here. I don't know about everybody else, but what we do here is keep it tall, very tall. You know what I'm saying? We keep it tall at all times, and we got some concerns. Like last week, I was saying you don't gotta hit the panic button, but this week you kind of gotta hit the panic button, man. Shout out to the people in the building real quick. Welly Well, my guy Robert, Angel Lopez in the building. Let's let it brew. Let's let it marinate. The people know we live now. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Lunchtime with the bullies. Um, Losing three straight games is pathetic. Getting blown out by the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, then losing to Drew Lock is pathetic. You have the defensive personnel that can give Drew Lock fits. You didn't do it. You really weren't able to get much pressure on Drew Lock. I mean, let's talk about it, man. The front four is not what it was last year. The front four is just not what it was last year. The front four, in more ways than many, are cooked. They cooked for real, for real. They can't get consistent pressure, and that's the only thing that's going to be able to stop. You know what I mean? A team. You know what I mean? With the personnel that we got in the secondary, is you have to get home if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to get home if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, and we not getting home. That's just one part of it, man. This going to be a lot of issues that we're going to talk about in this video. A lot of things that's wrong. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you can't get any pressure on the opposing quarterback. Bradbury can't cover worth a plug nickel. You know what I'm saying? Bradbury is slowing down. He's having a hard time. You know what I mean? He's misjudging plays. He's playing the sticks instead of playing the ball carrier. He's getting cooked over the top. We've been knew the linebackers can't cover, nor can they tackle. They over pursue a lot. The defense is just as bad as advertised. You know what I mean? We've been cooked by Heineke twice. We were able to pull those wins out. Cooked by Drew Lock. Geno Smith would have did us filthy. Would have did us filthy if he had he played. You know what I'm saying? And that's that on that. Matt Patricia being over there didn't make as much difference as I thought it would have. You know what I mean? I thought at times the team played with some urgency. We did get off the field on third down, things that we don't do normally, but it wasn't enough. The offensive side of the ball is just as much as a train wreck as the defensive side of the ball during this 3 game losing streak that we on right now. Jalen Hurts was just not looking at the field. I'm not going to sit here and say he can't read the field. That's just blasphemy. That's asinine. He just wasn't looking at the field. It was many times where the underneath check down was available to him, and he decided to stare down either AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. The buddy ball and trying to appease crying athletes is what's hurting this offense to an extent. You know what I mean? As much as I dislike Brian Johnson and the way that he is coaching, as much as I dislike the way that he's coaching the offense, there does come times where there's a lot of open opportunities, and Jalen is just not seeing them. I think that Jalen rather force a ball to AJ than hear AJ crying about the lack of targets. But that's not how you win, bro. You gotta let the people cry. If you're gonna cry, let them cry. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna cry, let them cry. That's not the way you win. You gotta take what the defense is giving you. And that's not what we did yesterday. We ran when the pocket was clean. You know what I mean? It was the worst quarterbacking display of Jalen Hurts this season. If you want me to be honest, it was the worst. We did put an emphasis on running the ball and being more effective that way. We did try to get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hand quick with some of the horizontal passing game, throwing to the sidelines and stuff like that. Quick screens. We tried a number of different things. I even seen a running back draw get drawn up. I'm sorry, running back screen, but it went for negative yards. We saw a lot of things, but what we didn't see is guys step up when we needed it the most. You know what I mean? That was a running theme in the beginning of the season. We didn't see it yesterday. We didn't see it yesterday. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You are from top to bottom better than the Seattle Seahawks. Losing that game it's unacceptable, man. And you needed it. And you saw the Dallas Cowboys lose. You needed that game That was an unacceptable loss by the Philadelphia Eagles. There's no way around it, man. We can't make no excuses. We can't do any of that stuff, man. That was an unacceptable loss, man. This team should be ashamed of themselves, yo. This team should be embarrassed. This team is representing the city with more heart than the product that's being placed on the football field. Now, with all that being said, the one thing that I don't agree with is people saying, let's move on from Jalen Hurts. We got to stop being so emotional as a fan base because that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Everybody had their Jalen Hurts pom-poms last year when he took us to the Super Bowl. Everybody did that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be so fickle to the point to where a 3-game losing stretch and you still 10-4 makes you want to move off from your quarterback. That don't make no sense. The offense is egregious. It's terrible. You saw Christian McCaffrey on the Manning broadcast on Monday Night Football calling out Eagles plays before the ball is snapped. This is a guy who we just played. The film is out on what we're trying to do. The film is out. We're predictable. We're predictable. We have no wrinkles, nothing interesting in our offense. We have nothing that can make guys second guess what we're trying to do. Nothing. And it appears, you might be right, Donnell Shipley, it appears that the 49ers loss took a heavier toll on us, thank you for the super chat, than a lot of people want to, admit to. Embarrassing, um, disrespectful, just this is the type of this is the brand of football that we're seeing right now that's not reserved for teams that should be trying to get ready for the playoffs. But even with this, you did enough groundwork and winning some of these close games in the beginning of the season that if you win out, you still win a division and you get a home game in the first round of the playoffs. Guaranteed. A lot of stuff got to change. You got to start looking at the small victories. We have to beat up on the Giants and the Cardinals. That's the bottom line. It doesn't get more simpler than that. We must beat up on the Giants and the Cardinals. The number one seed, we might be kissing that goodbye. You know what I'm saying? We might be kissing the number one seed goodbye. We can't worry about the number one seed. We got to go out there and take care of our business and start stacking up some wins. We got to start stacking up some wins. It's looking like the Eagles might have to win 6 games in a row. If we want the Lombardi, we got to win 6 games in a row. We got to tighten up. We got to tighten up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the thing that's bothering me is that, I'm fine with people trolling me. I talk enough trash, man. I got thick skin, man. I talk enough trash, and the team ain't performing well, so I should be trolled. You know what I mean? I take pride in standing front, especially on multiple platforms, standing in front, being that Eagles fan that you could point the finger at and say, we beat you. I take pride in taking those shots for the fan base. But what I don't like is when soft people troll me. Like, you can't, come on, man. You can't troll, but you soft when there's nothing to troll about. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, the only way that some of these guys can even talk to me is if they troll. We can't even have a regular conversation because you're too soft. You're too soft. The ones that got the right to troll me, they know who they are, man. The Law Nations, the Okoye Medias, man. Them guys got the right to troll, man. Because them guys can have a regular conversation, win, lose, or draw. But some of these guys I make uncomfortable, man, and you shouldn't even be saying nothing. Because when y'all lose, I don't say nothing about y'all because I know you Charmin Ultra. I know you Charmin Ultra. You know what I'm saying? You got dudes trolling me. You got dudes trolling who wear the Barclays at the tailgate with the big ass air sign on the sign, like cornball salads with extra corn. Like the Philadelphia Eagles are allowing cornballs to troll me because they not handling their business. They not handling their business, and the soft people are trolling me now. Everybody trolling because we not handling our business and winning games that we supposed to win. You know what I'm saying? This is our fault. This is our fault. Jalen Hurts is challenging the commitment of the team. The commitment of the team, but he also said it starts with him. It starts with him. Take what the defense is giving you. This has to be coached from inside the building. This got to be embedded in the philosophy. Take what the defense is giving you. He has been programmed to, if it's one-on-one to AJ or Smitty, throw it. He's been programmed. Yeah, AJ and Smitty come down with a lot of catches. Those guys are brilliant receivers. But a crossing route where nobody running with a guy, get that yards after catch. It all means something, bro. It all means something. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we gotta see what happens, man. Because this is what I believe. I believe come playoff time, nobody want to see us. They can act like they want us in the playoffs, but nobody don't want to see the Eagles. If the playoffs started today, we would play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nobody want to see the Eagles in the playoffs. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. I wish the playoffs were starting now because I know this team is going to be on another level when it comes playoff time. But we got to start showing signs of that now because people thinking that it's sweet. People thinking that it's sweet. AJ Brown responded to you, bro. What do you mean he responded? You know what I mean? People thinking that it's sweet. On Twitter, well, we going to see. I'll check it out. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. This is the thing, man. I'm an Eagles fan first. Although I respect all of these players, I respect them. I respect all of these players. But at the end of the day, man, whatever's going on is going on. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm a stand on. I got a lot of respect for a lot of these guys, but I feel like we forcing the ball. We forcing the ball. We gotta stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop doing that, man. So I'm gonna tap. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Let me go check on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see because I'm about to get right back to it, I guess. You know what I mean? I'm about to, I guess if AJ say his piece, I got to say my piece too. But I think it's a lot of buddy ball it's a lot of buddy ball in effect right now. It's a lot of buddy ball being in effect right now. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not backing down from none of that, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's a lot. It's a lot of buddy ball being in effect. Think about nobody fear him since Debo said that. Nobody fear who since Debo said what?